Kingston.
We're coming from Disneyland, which has got to be the most recognised attraction in the world. It's the place where you can explore castles and caves. You can meet just about anyone you want here. Pirates, presidents. You can ride on riverboats and rockets. You can watch summertime fireworks and check out the parades in the streets. Basically, Disneyland is it's got every destination heading through what you best could describe as a voyage through your imagination. It takes you to everywhere you've ever wanted to go. You can just escape here completely. Going to chat with a lady now who's Stacia Martin, who's involved with the Disney organisation. Stacia, you know basically everything there is to do about Disney, and really, how did it all start here? What was Walt's dream? What was his idea?
Well, Disneyland really came from the fact that Walt had 2 young daughters, and every Sunday was Daddy's Day, and he would have to contrive some fabulous place to take them. And he really got so tired of the little amusement parks with dirty peanut shells all over the place and just not having a good time himself as he watched his daughters on the carousel. He said, there must be something better. And so he said, well, goodness, I will build something better. He started by thinking of a very small little park adjacent to the Walt Disney Studio in Burbank, but the plan just grew and grew from its inception in the 30s until in the 50s he finally had the wherewithal to purchase property here in Orange County and make his dream come true, and it was Disneyland.
So how much area do we actually cover? We cover a vast amount of acres, don't we? I know the car park is the car park actually bigger than Disneyland itself?
It's a real close race here. We have about 110 acres in the parking lot and 117 here within the Magic Kingdom area, so it's pretty neck and neck. But it really seems like there's a lot more than that, doesn't it, when you're walking through Disneyland? It's all the space management and a lot of forced perspective, too. Not all of our buildings are to scale.
Was location in the early days, was that a problem for Walt? You said he had his idea and he decided, well, I can't build it here, basically. I'm going to have to find somewhere. Was it difficult to find somewhere like Anaheim? Because for people coming here for the first time, you imagine it's always been here. You can't imagine it, having been, just a few hotels originally and a very small community, because really Anaheim itself, where Disneyland is, has really blossomed through Disneyland, hasn't it?
Very much so. Literally all that was here was an orange grove, and Walt had all kinds of scholarly demographic surveys about where the center of population would be in the future in the Los Angeles, California area, and Orange County was predicted, so he said, well, great, and here we are.
Did people in the early days, when Walt was talking about what was essentially a dream and the plans were being formulated, do you think many people thought, well, he's a bit crazy, he's got some wild ideas, some great ideas, but is it really possible to create what Walt Disney wanted to do, which was the ideal Fantasyland?
Oh, they thought he was more than a bit crazy, I'll tell you. But then again, that was pretty much the battle cry throughout Walt's career. He wanted to do the first animated feature film in 1937, which turned out to be Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Had a very difficult time getting financing because everyone thought he was crazy. Who's going to sit still for an 80-minute cartoon, for goodness sakes? Same thing with Disneyland. Oh, it won't survive. A very noble experiment. And the critics were here in number on July 17th of 55 when the park opened. And it's really a testament to Walt's vision that Disneyland has survived and become the institution it is today.
How much has Disney changed today from what it was originally when Walt started the theme park? Has it gone through a vast number of changes? I imagine it has in 34 years.
Well, I wouldn't say changes as much as growth and additions. Walt had the basic concept, the basic lands of Disneyland, the castle, which is, of course, our trademark, which we're sitting in front of. And what we've done is really build upon the initial concepts. We've had to do away with a few attractions from the early days just for lack of space, but most of that has taken place in Tomorrowland because that's the area which, as technology improves, can become Todayland awfully fast. So you really need to keep updating that. But we don't really remove the things that people have enjoyed and remembered. We just either build on them or add new things along with them.
What do statistics show as regards people coming back continually to Disneyland? I imagine it is people making a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, maybe 50th visit. To me, I really sum up Disney that no matter how many times I can imagine somebody may have been here before, you see something new every time, don't you? Or it captures something new for you individually.
Well, we've got an incredible repeat guest ratio, I guess you could say. In fact, we just recently instituted a program of annual passes, and many people from not even just California, but the closer western states now own annual passes, which can get them into Disneyland at any time. And so not only do they come in with their family to do the attractions, but they maybe stroll in and have a leisurely dinner and then go to Snow White's wishing well and just watch the swans and have a lovely evening of it.
It's actually quite inexpensive to come to Disney, isn't it? For, value for money.
Oh, for what you get, there's just no entertainment value where you can go and completely enter a world of fantasy and escape everything and have just a lovely time.
I bet I'm right in thinking that you actually go on the rides every week as well, don't you?
Oh, I think maybe every day might be a little more accurate than every week.
Just a big kid like me at heart, am I right?
You bet.
Absolutely right. The land of fantasy. Stacia Martin, thank you very much indeed for talking with us. Radio Aire broadcasting live from California. It is a gorgeous day today. Have I gone blotchy yet? No, I'm just looking at myself. I'm not quite sure what the weather's like in West Yorkshire. I'm led to believe it's maybe not as nice. So here I am raving on about the sunshine all the time, probably making you feel absolutely diabolical. Great music around at the moment. A lot of hot American music, of course, crossing over to the UK. Songs like this one from 10 City, which is one of my personal favourites, played this pretty early on the Soul Connection programme weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Don't forget, we will have, by the way, another track coming up from the album, from Art of Noise. Chance to win a copy of that later on. And we'll be talking to B.A. Robertson of Bang Bang fame very shortly. That's what love is on Radio Aire.
Feeling happy with your favourite music and call Kingston.
We all talk a different language.
B.A. Robertson is one of the many British singer-songwriters who settled in California. He's recently been involved with Mike and the Mechanics. He co-wrote that song, The Living Years. And, well, basically, most of the tracks on the album he co-wrote as well. I went along to the Beverly Wilshire Hotel in Beverly Hills and had a word with B.A. Robertson. And he told me why he'd been so quiet personally on the recording front.
Well, I haven't been doing any recording of my own. It probably come as quite a shock to your listeners. I haven't made a record for about 6 or 7 years. And when I say it, gasp a little myself. I just chose not to stop making records, but my records fueled my performances on television, and I felt I was just doing too much of that. And I grew up being a songwriter and a composer and lyricist, if we're a little more grand, and I felt there was a need to concentrate on that. I felt that was not getting the attention that it deserved, and so the only way you can do about that is just to back off the media for a little while.
Was it a conscious decision to come and live in the States? Was it something you decided, I'm going to come to America, or was it the fact that you've been over a few times before and you've maybe met up with people and you wanted to base yourself here? Was it anything to do with songwriting? Did you find the environment special in any way?
No, the decision was personal. It was a chance to stop being the man who sung Bang Bang and start being the man who wrote Silent Running. I travelled here a lot before Silent Running was a hit, and I had, rented various properties here and stuff, and come on my own, and came with my wife or girlfriend as she was then, and I just wanted to be here more and to have a more permanent base so I could work here. But I don't live here all the time. I still have a home in London, so I'm in the lucky position of being able to split my time between the two places, and I think that helps my work here because I don't feel trapped. It's a town that you can feel trapped in. And
did you find it quite a culture shock moving to Los Angeles?
No, not really. I knew it too well for that to happen. And when you come here, and I rented some pretty desperate places when I came at first, that was a culture shock. That was a bit like going back to being a student, and because I have no notoriety here, so I can live very anonymously here. And
is it very cliquey though here? Do you tend to mix with a lot of fellow musicians, singer-songwriters here, people in the arts world?
I don't know that it's any more or less cliquey than anywhere else. You tend to mix with a lot of British people. You've got to work hard to make sure that you don't spend all your time with the limeys.
Radio Aire broadcasting live from California, USA, from Disneyland. That's Hue and Cry, a band who've not really happened in the States as yet. That's their current single. It's called Looking for Linda. We're broadcasting live for 3 days, by the way. Tomorrow evening between 7 and 10, and Friday evening between 7 and 10 as well. We'll check the national and international news next on Radio Aire.
Radio Aire. Call Kingston.